Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Law with 262 rating versus Blue Cherry with 145 rating, so it's going to be another DB rated match, and with that being said, let's just hop right into it, and then we are going to see a tie, and then we're going to see Law win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, so they can decide they want to go first or second. Looking at deck counts, we see 41 versus 40, and then we are going to see Law decide to go first. Opening hands, we have Spinny, Sea, Buffalo, Gazelle, and Parallel. So they're pretty lucky they didn't go second. They wouldn't have had any going second cards, but going first, they have a lot of going first stuff. You know, pretty big engine here. And they have World Legacy Guard Dragon, Seyfried, Valor, Imperm, and Black Metal. So it's Dragon Link versus Salad. And then normal summon out Buffalo, turn that into Baylings, and then they're going to be activating 3 effects there: Parallel, Buffalo, and Baylings. Go ahead and add Sanctuary, discard, and then draw 2. Then you're going to get Parallel effect, and that will summon out Parallel from the deck. And then overlay those for Trap Tricks. Okay, alright, so most likely they're playing the, Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I was going to say that just flew out of my head, didn't remember it, but they're going to go ahead and drop Spinny. And then they are going to use Spinny effect to bring itself out, and then Sea effect to bring itself out. Overlay those for Mirage Stalio, and then use that effect. You're going to chain Valor. So they were making this just that way they could like Spinny summon. I mean, they'd still get hit with Nib super hard, because like let's say they had Nib in hand, right? They could just be like, alright, effects, resolve, summon, and then drop Nib. Or actually, you would just hold it to try to play around something like Gazelle. Because if you read this card, it says also you cannot activate monster effects for the rest of the turn except fire monsters, and this happens to be an Earth. So, like, this wouldn't be protection from Nib. But they're going to Valor that, and then go ahead and drop Gazelle, and then Gazelle effect the dump. And then they're going to let that go through, and then they'll go ahead and dump Rage from the deck to the graveyard, and then turn those into a Wolf, and then link away the Gazelle to go into a Baylings, and then Wolf effect to add back Gazelle from graveyard, then activate Sanctuary, turn Wolf into Wolf, and then Wolf effect, try to add back Rage, and they're going to chain Imperm to negate that, and then set Roar, pass turn, draw dotKuro. So they're playing a decent amount of hand traps in the deck, it appears. Obviously, that's good. You need going second cards to be able to like actually play this game. Go ahead and normal summon, and then turn that into a Striker Dragon, and then get those effects. That'll go ahead and search out Boot Sector Launch and Red MD. And then banish, summon out Red MD, and then Red MD effect. They're going to chain Roar to negate that. And then activate World Legacy Guard Dragon, summon out Black Metal Dragon, and then turn that into Pisty. And then they're going to use Wolf effect to add back Buffalo, and then World Legacy Guard Dragon to move. Yeah, go ahead and move that, and then affect the special summon out Striker Dragon, turning those two into a Romulus, and then Romulus effect to go grab Ravine. Then activate Ravine effect, discard Seyfried, go down Tracer, then activate Boot, and then Boot effect, the special summon out Tracer from the graveyard, and then use that effect, pop World Legacy, summon Recharger, and then I'm going to turn those into a Papega Ruler effect, that's going to mill 5, ooh, that's pretty good, yeah, they're going to grab white. And then banish, summon, imagine they go bottomless, that'd be crazy. And then turn all those into sword, or bottomless here. Obviously they're not playing bottomless though, and then they're going to get white dragon effect to go grab black. And then Papega Ruler effect, banish light and dark, and then chain that. It's going to go dump the Gravediggers, and then negate that and do 2000 damage. And then you can't banish the dark for dark. You can't banish the dark for black, so they're going to banish white. And then battle phase, attack, and they're just going to let this go. So they could have Sanctuaried, pay 1,000, make this go down to 0, and then you'd end up gaining 800 there. something that they could have done. But, well, no, because that would go down to 0, pay 1,000, and then you gang, because this makes you gang to the original attack, not like the attack that's like halved by this. So they could have done that if they wanted to. Like, that would have been worth it, right? Like, trying to do the math here. Because, like, instead of it being at 900, nah, that actually just wouldn't be worth it. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be worth it. Because you'd end up losing an extra 100 there. And then go ahead and beat over. And then sword effect, switch to defense, and then attack over. But this is kind of garbage. Pass, draw jack. And then they're going to go main phase, normal summon out Buffalo, make Balinks, and then Buffalo, get rid of Jack, draw 2, and they are playing Foolish, and then Gazelle effect, summon itself out, and also C effect, bring itself out, go dump out Falco, and then Falco effect, bounce Gazelle, and then summon that. Spinny to summon itself out, and then Jack effect, that's going to put back Wolf, bring that out. They're letting all this go through. And then get rid of those for Wolf. I mean, it's game. Like, go for update jammer. Like, there's no way they lose this. Wolf, add back Buffalo. And then get rid of those for transcode. And then go for Wolf on top of Wolf. Roar effect to set itself. And then they're going to activate Wolf effect to try to add back Rage. And then transcode effect. Try to special summon out update. They're going to chain dotKuro to hit that. And then activate Foolish Burial, and they admit defeat there. So, now moving on to Game 2, we are going to see Dragon Link decide to go first. Opening hands, we have Gazelle, Nib, Foxy, Circle, Buffalo, so they have one going second card. And they have Chaos Space, Noctos, Silver, Imperm, and World Legacy Guard Dragon. And then main phase, they're going to Chaos Space, Ditch to go grab White. And then World Legacy Guard Dragon, Special Summon back out Silver. And then special summon out Nocto, and then turn that into Striker effect to go search. They could have also just like dropped Nocto on that to chain block, but go search, and then turn those into Romulus. I mean, obviously, like, they're not gonna like Ash this. They probably would have just done it to this, but maybe they're trying to play around like Gamma. But go for Romulus, you're gonna get Romulus and Nocto, go search, draw on the Nib. That'll be good. And special summon out White by banishing Striker, turn those into Seal, and then White effect, go search out Black. And then activate Ravine, discard Imperm, go dump Abs, grabbing Tracer. And then activate Boot to summon out Tracer, and then Tracer effect, pop World Legacy, summon out Rocket Synchron. And then banish White for Black. So why didn't they banish White for Black before doing this? Just to try to play around like Nib better, I feel like. And they could have also got like a draw like prior. Because they're going to get hit with Nib right now. That's going to be pretty decent. Okay, so they're going to let Chaos Space resolve. Go draw on the Imperm. They just... Okay. Fair enough, they're going to let this go. And then go grab White. And then mill 5. They're going to add back dotKuro. And also Sacred Engrave and some lights. And then turn those into a hot red. And then set Imperm. End of main phase. Drop Nib. And then pass over a token. Seal effect. Summon out Black Metal Dragon. And then turn that into a Pisty. Black Metal effect. Go search out Red MD. And then banish Pisty, summon Red MD effect. That's going to bring back the hot red. And then just go ahead and pass turn. Draw Sanctuary. The best draw. Normal summon Buffalo. Turn that into a Balinks. And you're going to get Buffalo. Get rid of Foxy. Draw Ash. And then try to drop Gazelle. And then use that effect to dump. They're going to let this go through. Dump Spinny. And Spinny effect, bring that out. Get rid of those for Splash, and then Splash effect, bring out Gazelle. And then use Circle, and then Circle is going to go grab Jaguar. and then get rid of Jack for Foxy, chain dotKuro to hit Foxy, and then turn those into a wolf, and then Jack, put back Bailings, bring itself out, wolf effect to add back. They're going to chain hot red to negate that, and then activate Sanctuary, go for wolf, and then wolf effect to add back circle. Get rid of those to go for transcode effect, and then that's going to special summon back out the wolf from the graveyard. And then turn those into access code, and then access code to gain attacks, and on resolution, imperm, but you can't do that because these are co-linked, and this says that your opponent cannot target them with card effects. Yeah, can't target. So they're just gonna let this go. They're not gonna drop nib. Okay, I mean they could have just kept boot and imperm. I mean they didn't even pop imperm, right? They popped token and boot, so they probably thought, so many people think this. So many people. I guarantee half the people watching this video right now would think this if they were in a match. So they said on resolution, activate imperm, target access code. And the opponent goes, no, you can't do that, you can't target it. Now they were probably like, oh, well I already flipped imperm, so I have to use it on nib now, because that's a legal target. No, that's not how it works. It gets reset, because it's an illegal activation. The whole thing was illegal, so you reset it. You don't have to use it on nib for no reason. That's just not how it works. So this is all going to be tributed for a nib, and this is going to be a huge token. 10,600 attack, 4,900 defense, and then set circle, pass, Troll World Legacy Guard Dragon, and then they're going to activate Pepega Ruler effect, banish the light and dark, bring itself out. Then World Legacy Guard Dragon to try to summon out Seyfried. It's going to resolve. And then Seyfried effect, get rid of that in white. Chain Ash Blossom. Then they have no plays. Nice. That wasn't even like, that was a weird match. I don't know. At least I got to bring up like that target thing, because I definitely feel like that's what they thought, because so many people think that. I remember one time I brought that up on the channel, and somebody said in the comments, they're like, don't tell people you can do that. Don't let people cheat. You're telling people to cheat. And like, oh, that's just not how it is. And it's so funny because like that person's just like a dum-dum. But yeah, I'm not saying this person's dumb, but at least if they're watching this, they know now. They know that. But they also shouldn't have like summoned out Pepega Ruler and then World Legacy. I guess they were trying to bait out like a dotKuro or Bell. If so, then like that's fair enough. Yeah, I guess like that's what they're trying to do. That makes sense. Makes sense. Also, they should have dropped Nib earlier. And so should have they. They both should have dropped Nib earlier. Both made like the same misplay. But overall, that was a match. But at least I got to throw some stuff out there, like the Mirage Stalio with the trap tricks. Even though like the trap tricks isn't really played, it's not really necessary. But seeing how long the match was, it was pretty quick, it felt like. Yeah, we can see it was 32 minutes long. That's not too long. It was a 2-0 though. We saw them go for like sword game one, but couldn't like finish it out. But with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day.